We've all been so focused on Inside the Ever After, but now that we know that time is continuous in both places, or they at least follow a similar time flow, Team Orn, or whatever they're called, are currently fighting in Vacuole. So let's piece together the events that are happening alongside Team RWBY. After Team RWBY and John fell, the rest of our heroes were trapped in a sandstorm with hundreds of people, and to nobody's surprise, a giant horde of Grimm came in and started attacking them. While they do have a maiden on their side, there's simply not enough trained huntsmen to take on a horde of this size while trying to protect everyone. Even with the addition of Winter, while her powers are strong, can she really hold off for that long? Our heroes are all fatigued. They've all been fighting for essentially 2 days straight and just got finished fighting a battle with Cinder and Ironwood. Rin is already out of aura, so he can't mask anyone. Not that it'd do much in this situation. Nora can only do so much with her hammer and grenades, and Oscar just has a cane. And this isn't really a situation where magic would be best used. Now, I feel like many people will say that Team Coffee or Huntsman from Shade Academy will come to the rescue, but that's boring. We haven't gotten a fight in the Promersons Volume 7, so I rush into Team Coffee saving the day now. See, while Atlas was a loss, it could have hit a lot harder. I don't know if it's just my nature, but I want Volume 10 to feel like an absolute beating. We usually enter a volume all happy and full of hope, but I want us to enter Vacuole with a sense of dread. A feeling like Salem is no longer playing games with us. Our heroes made the decision to expose her existence to the world, so why hold back any longer? For the premiere, I'd simply like for the Grimm to win. I know, foreign concept in regards to RWBY, but hear me out. The people of Vacuole value individual strength. If you can't fight, you can't survive. You are not welcomed. Thus, while Team RWBY was getting high in the smokehouse, the people of Atlas, the people that they risked so much to save, were simply getting slaughtered by the creatures of Grimm. So while Blake and Yang were getting their smoochy on, orphans were being made. Let's continue the tone from Volume 8, and really hammer in on this lasting fight with Salem. And trust, Team Orange should lose about 50 to 70% of the people that they saved. Currently, Vacuole is in a sandstorm that brings visibility down to almost zero and causes a loss of signal. So why would the people of Vacuole even attempt to save these people? Matter of fact, they probably don't even know of their existence. Depending on how far away the portal was placed from the kingdom, the citizens of Vacuole are probably inside their own homes waiting out the storm. The only way I see them getting help is if Theodore can somehow sense them with somebody's semblance, but even then that's a huge risk to take without visibility and communication. So for now, let's say no one's coming for Orn, and while they're able to hold off the Grimm, panic has already begun to spread amongst the crowd. With a size that big, Grimm are bound to pick off a few people, leading them to running off on their own. This fight should cover the first 3 episodes of Volume 9's timeline. Now once Shade is alerted, the Grimm horde should have died down a lot, leaving only a few Grimm left, but the team exhausted. And once they're all exterminated, the remaining citizens are taken into shelter, where many of the citizens of Atlas are very wary of the Vacuolans. It's no surprise that the rough and tough people of Vacuole don't like the prim and proper people of Atlas, and it won't take long to realize that these people are from Atlas. Vacuole is already drained of their resources, a lot of that thanks to the people of Atlas prior to the event of the Great War. Thus, why would they be met with open arms? Yes, the authorities would probably take them in, such as the local huntsman and of course, Headmaster Theodore, but really no one else. After getting situated in, it's up to Oscar to fill in Theodore with the events of the last few days with the fall of Atlas, Ironwood's death, and the current state of the relics and the maidens. Now, I don't think they pushed the plot too forward without Team RWBY. I feel like the Ward of Remnant should still move on without them, but nothing too major. Tyrion can begin his plans of making everyone's bad day even more miserable, while Mercury will probably just contemplate his life. Man has a lot on his mind, okay? For their actual plans, that's a topic for another day, but the Wonderland in typical RWBY fashion will only be about 2 to 3 days max. As of episode 6, Team RWBY has only slept here a single night, but then again, we don't know if time is an exact 1-to-1 ratio, so the days could be a lot longer. We'll just have to wait and find out. Regardless, I hope the world continues on, even without Team RWBY.